పేజ్ పెట్టుకుంటారా?
అది కాదు, అది ఒక దాని మీద ఆర్టికల్స్ అని ఉండే దాని మీద ఉంటుంది చూడు, అక్కడ 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 ఇంకా అక్కడ అక్కడ
మీరు రాశారా
దాని మీద రాసిన చూడు, దాని మీద కొన్ని కనుక్కొని కొని దీని మీద రాసిన ఇంకా ఇంకొక చూడు, ఇంకొక చూస్తూ ఇంకోటి 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 ఎక్కడికో పోయిందండి కొని దాన్ని ఇక్కడ రాసిన అది ఆర్టికల్స్ అదే 56 ఉంటుంది చూడు, దాని మీద రాసిన ఇందాక నేను. ఇది కాదు ఇప్పుడు వేసిన కొడుకుని అదే కాదు వెనక్కి వచ్చేసి ఇటు 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 అదేందుకు వెనక్కి రాండి అటు పోయినాయింది. ఇంకా 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 ఇంకొస్తుంది ఇంకా 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 దీన్ని చూడు, నెక్స్ట్ నెక్స్ట్ చూడు ఇంకా 37 31 దీని మీద రాలేదే, అది ఆడ పోయినది దీని మీద నెక్స్ట్ సైడ్ చూడు, అదే అదే దీని మీద రాసిన రైట్ 5 ఉండే 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 అది పోతుంది, నేను డిలీట్ చేసుకుంటాను చూస్తాను ఏమైనా రిపీట్ అయితే కొంచెం పెద్ద పెట్టిపోయినా సరేనా. స్లైడ్స్ చూడు, స్లైడ్స్ తీసుకుని అదే బీరి బూరి అన్ని ఒకటి నేను నేను సరే అదే అదే అది వేరే పెట్టి వేరే పెట్టి సరే పెట్టి సరే 10 minutes ఇంకా Morning, students. Are you able to hear me? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Well. Imtiaz, good morning. Karthik, good morning. Yes. Ajay, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good comments. Well. Good morning. Good morning. Good. Wonderful. Thank you. Yeah, I'm already 10 minutes late. These technical people come a bit late. That is a problem. I am there at 6:30 itself here. Right, Bete? Are you able to hear me? Let me just go with one or two. Venkanna?
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Venkanna. Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, sir.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Nitish, thank you.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Nitish. How are you?
Fine, sir.
Where are you from, Nitish?
Sir, Uttar Pradesh.
Uttar Pradesh. I think I have spoken to you last time, right?
Yes,
No?
sir.
Right, Nitish. Right. Vinita?
Good morning, sir.
Hi, good morning, Vidya. How are you?
Fine, sir. What about
Where are
you?
you from? Vinita, where are you from?
Andhra Pradesh, sir.
Andhra Pradesh.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
Sometimes I may ask you again and again, but there are so many students, sometimes I may forget about it. Right, Vidya? Thank you. Good. Others, you can lower your hands, please. Let me start the session, students, now. Right. Let me start the session. Thank you. Very good. Right, Vidya. Right. Good. Yes. You see the page last time. I just continued this one, students, like, and here you have a page. Right. Yeah. So last time you have gone through these pages. Just I want to reiterate again now. Let me see. Okay, right. Yeah, there were one or two questions I left out. Those one students, like, I'll continue today. Okay, right. I'll continue with them. Right, here we go. If you come to page number, that is, yeah, I'll come back to your queries also. If you have any queries, I'll definitely take into consideration. If you see question number, students, like, there is a question that is 55. Okay, 54. I have written that what you see here now, A is to 1, or A also means, last time I told you, single. One little bit. Just 1 minute. Window. సందీప్, ఇది పెన్ను రాయాలంటే దేని మీద క్లిక్ చేయాలో రాయట్లేదు. అవును, ఉన్నాయి, లెఫ్ట్ సైడ్ లో ఉన్నాయి. సెకండ్ కొంచెం షార్ప్ ఉంటున్నదా? ఇప్పుడు చేసిపోయినాడు, ఇదేందుకు రావట్లేదు. దీన్ని హైలైట్ చేయలేదు అటు. Right, students, I'll just come back to you. There is a question you see here, 54. A shotgun is no good. One shotgun is no good. You see the difference here? A shotgun, one shotgun. I have pointed out here, students, now A is equal to 1.
నేను నంబర్ ఇస్తాను.
Yeah. Right, students, A is equal to 1, and last time I also told you that A means also single, I said. Okay, right, very good. But if you look at the question number 54, students, like you see there is one word here, A and 1. A and 1, students. Now, just try to note that. Is A is equal to 1? Definitely, the meaning of A is 1. But sometimes you cannot replace A. He gave me 100 rupees. He gave me 100 rupees. You can replace it. You can replace it. There is no harm with that. But you cannot always replace that one, students. Now, for example, if I say something like, for example, let me say, okay, sometimes, for example, one has to do one's duty, we say. Try to understand. One has to do one's duty. Now replace. A has to do A's duty. The meaning changes there. So you cannot always replace A in the place of 1. The meaning changes sometimes. So you need to look into students, but most often you can replace, but other times you cannot replace it, right? So here, what is the difference now? You see, a shotgun is no good. Come to question number 54. One shotgun is no good. A shotgun is no good, which means that there are some guns displayed there. Is pointing out what we call it as that particular, maybe what we call it as like, and he says a shotgun. Among that, there are 4 or 5 shotguns there. A shotgun is no good, which means there is some defect in that, maybe he's trying to say. What is that? There is some defect in that, maybe. I don't want that gun. A shotgun is no good for me. Maybe some defect is there. I don't want that shotgun. Right? Now, what is the next one now? One shotgun is no good for me. one shotgun is no good for me means I need two more like that. One is not sufficient. I need two more. Need two more. Yeah, you can say need two more or three more, whatever it is like. See the difference here? A shotgun is no good means there is some defect. Maybe I don't want that particular gun. I don't want that. One apple is no good for me. I need two more apples. That is the difference that you need to note here now. So there is some slight difference whenever, like, no doubt, the meaning of A and one is what we call it as single students like, but sometimes you need to differentiate. Meaning changes students now. Okay, time permits, I'll give you when I come to the exercise, I'll let you know that one also, right. 55th one, like, only a few of our customers have accounts like. So the right answer here, it is that only a few. If you have written a few, it is okay, students, like now, right? Now here, I need to elaborate a little bit of these one, students, because the word few frequently appeared in GATE, not once, quite often it appeared like there is a slight difference and students are unable to trace those ones. Okay, here we go. I've already given you what we call it as like A is equal to 1, or sometimes it is single. Okay, right, fine. Now let me just find out some difference, students. Like now, for example, we have seen the word few. And what is a few? And what is the few? Everyone should know these differences because I found frequently in exams these words like. Similarly, there is a word again, there is a word called little, L-I-T-T-L-E, little. A little. These both the words appeared in GATE. And the little. Try to understand these ones like. And when you try to categorize them into positive degree, comparative degree, superlative degree, students, like if they are actually they are determinants, but I'll come back to that, but they are adjectives also. Okay, let us see. Supposing I take the word few. Supposing I take the word few, right? So the comparative degree is fewer, fewest. Just to pay attention, students, like you just to pay attention, that is enough. As I'll give you some time to raise doubts and questions, right? Definitely, but pay attention. This is very important. Few, fewer, fewest. Little, I'm not asking, but anyone, what could be the comparative degree of little? It should be less, yeah, lesser, L-E-S-S-E-R. Both the words appeared in GATE. The difference you should know. Least, okay, L-E-S, least. Now, fine. Now, let us find out the significant difference between few, a few, the few. You should know them. Otherwise, you will commit great errors in the examinations. Similarly, little, a little, the little, students, like, right? So first of all, let me just explain step by step, students. Now, here, see now. First of all, few is a word used with what we call it as a countable nouns. I'm just mentioning just CN, countable nouns, okay? And little has to be activated with uncountable nouns. That is the first thing that you should know. Few people are countable, okay? Little people don't say. We say little water. That's what the first step is always, that we have to know that both how we have to use them. First of all, few and what we call it as a little like. That is what we should know. I should answer like now. You see here, few and what we call as a little like. Countable noun and the other one is uncountable noun. That is the first difference that you should know. Okay, now fine. Once you have understood that one, like. Similarly, if it is countable noun, students, like frequently we have to use a word. Countable means we activate a word many, M-A-N-Y, many. Okay. If it is uncountable, we generally activate what we call it as a word like much, M-U-C-H, much word. That's what we have to activate. Is it okay? So many and much. These are two words that we have to activate, like, right? Now here we see that so few, first of all, let us know as countable and a little as countable like. So when do we activate the word few here now? Few. Let us. So used with the few, what we call it as a countable nouns. Try to understand this one, students. Supposing an example. You got into a bus. You need ₹5 to meet the bus fare. Try to understand that. You need ₹5 to meet the bus fare, but you have only ₹4, which means you are under scarcity. In other words, this is a negative word, students. Like few is a negative word. Similar thing happens to little also. This is also negative word. First of all, try to understand this is negative. Both are negative words. And they express some kind of a scarcity. They express. What do they express? Some kind of a scarcity. They express some scarcity, students. Like, as I said just now, you see, try to understand. You got into a bus. You ordered a bus. You need ₹5 to meet the bus fare, but you don't have ₹5. How much you have? Which means you have only 4, which means you are under scarcity, which means you don't have the required amount with you. In such cases, we have to activate few, which means you should say, I have only few rupees with me, which means the other person should understand that you are under scarcity. So anything that expresses under scarcity or what you require, if you don't have, then you express the word few. Similarly, the word little, if it is uncountable, you may need 4, what we call it as a glasses of water. Sorry, 5 glasses of water, but you have only 4, which means you don't have the required amount. I have little amount with me, which means you don't have the required amount with you. Are you able to understand, students, now? So that is what you have to express both as negative words. Now come to the word a few and a little. A few is a positive word, students. It is a positive word. It's a positive word. Like. Similarly, the word a little also is positive. Same example. You ordered the bus. You need ₹5 to meet the bus fare, but you have with you 6 rupees, which means 1 rupee extra with you, which means you have the required amount, right? But both of them express not huge quantities. Both of them express what we call it as a sum actually. Few means what? Sum. Little means what? Sum. But within that sum that you have required. So a few, a little, both are what we call it as a positive word, students, like countables and uncountables. So you need ₹5 to meet the bus fare, but you have 6 rupees with you, which means you should say, sir, I have a few rupees with me, which means what did I understand? That you have the required amount with you. Are you able to understand, students? Good, very good. Now come to the word the few, the little, which means whatever the small quantity that you have, whatever I'm writing here, whatever that you have, whatever the small quantity of amount that you have. You can make a statement like, for example, like students, like, for example, like the few rupees that he had. Similarly, whenever you use the word the few, it follows a word also that also, students, like now. So it also follows the word that. Try to understand this word, please. That. The few, what we call it as, the few rupees that he had, which means whatever the amount that he had, whether 5 rupees or 10 rupees, whatever he had, in that sense we have to say, okay. The little water that was in the jug, that, you see that the little water that was in the jug was drunk by a crow, whatever there was, small quantity. So the word that also has to follow. I suppose you got the difference, students, like now, right? Very good. So something that what you have, maybe 2 rupees you have, or 3 rupees that you may have, whatever that you have. So try to understand these words, students, like now, right? Sometimes so they make a lot of confusions with these 2 words, a few, fewer, fewest, little, less, yeah, lesser, least, students, like means they jumble it up, countable with uncountable and uncountable with countables now. Are you able to understand students? Like, so take care of such kind of questions sometimes, and they will confuse you, and you will sometimes make mistakes. Like, I'll just come back to that one now. Okay, I'll just make it up. Just 1 minute. One minute, students. Yeah, I'll come back to that. There's just I want to give one question to that. Just let me see that. Now, one more thing what we have to understand here is that now whenever we are activating the word few, students, like now maybe, and the word little, so we can go with like this. For example, like the word many. Many is informal, students. Like, many is informal. I mean, this is a colloquial language that we try to use many. But sometimes in grammatically, students, like, you need to replace that word with so don't deactivate the word many, students. Now you can go with the word like this. I'll just tell you now. In the place of many, as I said, a large number of, you should say, a good number of. Are you able to understand, students? Now, a large number of, a good number of, a great number of. Are you able to understand? A large number of, we can say. A good number of, we can say. So sometimes what happens, like, in the place of many, you have to replace the word. Even if they ask if there is any error in that, find out, then you have to replace the word a large number of, a good number of. Similarly, students, what is that now? Many, and we have taken the word much. Much, the word is informal. So much is informal, then what you have to replace sometimes? You have to replace with, in the place of a large number of, you have to say a large quantity. A large quantity or a large amount of. A large amount of water has been wasted. Means much water has been wasted. Are you able to understand, students? So sometimes they confuse with these words, like a good deal of business, sometimes we say, right? A great deal of a business. A great deal of business, we can say. So try to note these simple differences. So in the place of many, in the place of much, what are you supposed to activate, students? Are you able to understand now? Right. Supposing I make one statement, like, for example, let me see who will answer this question now. A large quantity of equipment a large quantity of equipments as they have been stolen from the construction site. Supposing you got a question like this, students, now. So what are the errors that you find here? Now, come on, let us see now. If you have gone through the previous page of these one, students, now, right? Right? If you have gone through these ones, you will find something of what we call it as, students. Now, right here, I'm just mentioning the next page here. You should note the page, students, like I'm jumbling it up from one place to another place. Or else it is somewhere I'm jumping, students, like if you can just go through it's okay. A large quantity of equipment has been stolen from the construction site now. So for example, students, like what is the site? If you look into again, first of all, there were not two errors. First of all, now SITE and CITE, SIGHT. SIGHT is your vision. Okay, your vision now. You cite an example, which means you quote an example. Okay, and this is site sometimes. Okay, now right, construction site, we should say that is the right word that we have to follow. Okay, right. Now, where is the another error in this one, students? Now, a large quantity of equipments. First of all, you also should know these nouns. The next chapter, when I come to that article, students, like number chapter. First of all, there is no word called in English like equipments, as there is no word. We have only equipment. Equipment. There is no word called equipments. Equipment. And equipment is uncountable noun. That's why you have to know what are countables and uncountables. I'll give the list of those ones also, don't worry. So since it is uncountable, for example, like students now, is it okay with a large quantity? Absolutely right. Large amount of also we can say what we call as students like now, right? That is absolutely the right one. Supposing at an examiner given a large number of, supposing he had given large number of equipment, then your sentence would have been wrong, students. Like your sentence would have gone wrong. Because you cannot use the word large number of, because large number of is countables. Try to understand, a large number of countables, but equipment word is uncountable. So it is fitting here now, a large quantity of equipment. Okay, fine. Now there is another error now. What to choose here now? Should I choose the word has now? It is something like subject verb agreements, students, like that. You'll find subject verb agreements. So you find here word a subject verb agreement also now. As is singular and have is plural. Now what do you have to activate here, students, like now? So a large quantity is a singular. We take this one as singular subject. Okay. So your verb also should be singular. A large quantity has been. So sometimes such kind of statements, how to correct them, how to look into them, students, like you need a lot of skill about these ones now. Is it okay? Right. So I'll just come back, students, now again, maybe one or two. As I go with exercises, I'll let you know more about these ones now, right? So finally here, so please look into this one and see, right? So once you have understood that one, then I'll move on to the question number 56, students, like choose the grammatically incorrect sentence. Sometimes you have to read the captions very carefully. Otherwise, if you don't read properly, then you will go wrong. Incorrect is said now. So what is incorrect? Let us see. Is of Asian origin. They belonged to Africa. She is an European. They migrated from India to Australia. Gate question. It's a gate question, students, like now. Try to understand this one. It's a gate question now, right? Is of Asian origin is absolutely right. They belong to Africa. Absolutely right. There is some error here now. Choose the grammatically incorrect sentence, that is she is an European. Yesterday what we have learned is she is a European. That is what we have mastered, students. Like, did you understand so far now? Right, very good now. So once you have understood this one, yeah, there is another question, question number 57, students. Like I have not yet explained one or two areas. This is also gate question. I'll come back to this question afterwards now, right? And yeah, this also, I think in 58, you can do this question, students. Now, the man, it's a gate question. I'm just trying to take one or two questions of the gate. Like, the man who is now municipal commissioner worked as the security guard at a university, a security guard at the university, a security guard at a university, the security guard at the university. Look into this question carefully. The man who is now municipal commissioner worked as, earlier he worked as something like the security guard at a university, a security guard at the university, a security guard at university, the security guard at the university. Now, well, what could be the answer? I'll explain, students, now. The man who is now municipal commissioner worked as, should I go with the security or a security now? So you have to tell me what exactly it is now, right? One or two students, I'll just like to ask this question now. Let me see. Yes. Saxena.
Sir, I'll go with B option. A security guard at the university.
A security guard at the university, right?
Yes, sir.
Very good, very good. I'll just look into that one also. Very good. I just got right. Wonderful. Right, beta. I'll go with Manisha.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Manisha.
Sir, I would go with B answer, a security guard at the university.
Wow. I'm getting the right answers. Like, let me also check with others also. If someone else has, right, beta. Good. Madhusudan.
Sir, I will go with B, sir.
B option.
Sir.
Wonderful. Let me just go with very good. So, which means you have mastered the chapter articles. I'm happy about it. Like Madhusudan, good. Rishi Raj, I'll just take only one more. Come on, Rishi Raj.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Rishi. How are you, Rishi?
I am fine, sir. You, sir.
Right, Betek. Well, doing well. Come on. What is your answer?
B, B, sir. B.
B for Bombay. Okay, good. Right. Let me just, yeah. Okay, there is one more one to maybe Naka Vinita.
Option B, sir.
Wonderful. Then it's okay. Then I'll just take it as, so there is no what we call a contradiction to this answer. I think all of them have given me the right answer. I'm happy about it. Like, I'll come back to others, please. Lower your hands, please. Lower your hands. Right. Now here you see the man who is now municipal commissioner worked as. All have opted option B, sir. A security guard at the university. You are absolutely right. Now, one thing what I want to tell you here. Now, why not A option, for example? Let us just take it as students. Like, why not A option, like for example? Because I'll come back again. The man who is now municipal commissioner worked as the security guard at a university, for example. I have already told you. If you give me this answer, the security guard at a university, which means a little of suspicion arises in my mind that is this the man or is this person, is he the only one who can take up the task as the security guard? Can't there be anyone else who can't take up the security guard? Others also can take up. So which means you cannot say is the is definite. I have not yet come to that place. I have not yet come to the article, the chapter. I'm coming back to that now. So therefore, this is wrong, students. Now, simple reason is that supposing you go to supposing you go to some interview. How do you explain? Sir, I worked as the manager in a company, or I worked as a manager. I worked as a manager, I worked as the manager. Definitely you would say, sir, I worked as a manager. I worked as a manager. Supposing you say, I worked as the manager, the panel would ask you, which means in that company, can't there be any other one who can take up the managerial task? Are you the only one who can take up the manager post? Right? So therefore, yes, it's very clear, like, sir, I worked as a manager in a company. Then if you say in a company, then he will ask you, fellow, which company? Sir, I worked as a manager in that company. That means a particular company. So therefore, a university you cannot say. There has to be some specification about that. Right? Therefore, the university. The word university simply you cannot leave like that. University should have. University is something like general. Like, so when I say university, definitely which university? Any university in the world. Right, students, like, right? Very good. Now I'll come back to few more. You will understand better. Like, The security guard at the university, this also is wrong. Like, so therefore, both are wrong, students, right? Absolutely. B is absolutely the right answer now. Now, students, like with this, I try to go with the what we call it as the in case of doubt, students, like I'll just give you the key is here. You please go through that, and if you have any doubts, you will be clarified now. Now we will be going with the syntax point is over. Now we go with the usage point of view. For example, where should we activate article and? Which are the places we should activate? For example, like the. Can we activate everywhere the, or any restrictions to that one? Okay, right. That's one thing So here is the key, students. Like if you have any doubts, you can go through them. Others, yeah, just wait till I come back to just students. Like I'll come back again. Like Veena, you have raised your hand. Veena. Yes. Veena Vijayan. Okay. Right, but now, so this is the key which I have given for your convenient sake. So just to go with that and then check with that and see students. Very good. Now I'll just go with the usage point of view now. So what is its usage? I just also want to come back to the usage point of view also, students, like, right? So sometimes we have done articles in the previous sessions, right? Yes. So something of that kind. Then we have seen these ones like students now. Now I'll continue with this next page now. So usage of articles. What do you mean by usage, students, like now usage? There are some I have to explain. There are some slides I have given, and I will be going with the PPTs. So first of all, we'll go with the what we call it as the right, students. Now what is its usage? Now we'll continue with the usage, students, like. So our usage was something about, what did I say, students, like something like article plus proper noun. Let me just go with the word proper noun. Proper noun. Yeah, sometimes and common noun. So these are the ones I'll just go with today. So article plus proper noun. Last time I've given one area where you see it somewhere. Yeah, you see here, students, like in this section, nouns, so proper noun. No, you cannot use this one. You see my symbol here, you cannot use. But there are exceptions. Already such questions appeared in the gate. Common noun also. Collective noun and all, I'll come back. As the chapter goes on, I'll come back, students. So we'll go with the word proper noun and common noun. Like, so here we go now, right? So general rule, students, like what is the general rule like? Proper nouns do not take articles. You can write down if you want, students, like now proper nouns. Okay, if you want, I'll just pin it down for your convenience sake. Like the definition is nothing but this is for your convenience sake. Proper, I have to use the word generally. I have to use the word generally. Generally, proper nouns do not take articles. What are all proper nouns? You have already expressed it. Names of the persons. Okay. Places we call it as proper nouns. We call them as students like now. Someone just explain me, what do you mean by generally proper nouns do not take articles? Which means what? At least one in the class. Generally proper nouns do not take articles. I did not say proper nouns do not take articles. I said generally proper nouns do not take articles. So what do you mean by that? Generally proper nouns do not take articles. Yes, Vignata. Wonderful. Tell me, Bete.
It means like most of the times proper nouns doesn't take articles, but sometimes
Very good, Bete. Sometimes, that's what I have used the word generally proper nouns do not take. Suppose your name is what we call it as Vignata. Can I say the Vignata?
no, sir.
No, you cannot say. But where we have to use, that is what our idea is now. Right, Bete? Good. Right. Yeah, Imtiaz.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Imtiaz. Come on, tell me now. Can I say a Imtiaz Pasha or the Imtiaz Pasha? Yesterday I met the Imtiaz Pasha. Can I say?
No, sir.
No, you cannot say. So that's what I have used the word generally. So which means certain areas we can use it. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Most
Right. Yes, tell me. Yes.
in most cases we don't use the
Most of the cases we don't
articles.
use. Occasionally we can use. So that
Yes,
is what we have to know, and GATE has tested it. And such kind of areas, now you may ask me, sir, even GATE is entering into such a depth. Yes, GATE enters even such depth also sometimes. Right, Bete? Good. Ashish?
Sir, you told us that we generally don't use articles with proper
Right.
nouns.
Right.
But why we can't?
Why we can?
Yes.
Can
why?
you just wait? Oh yeah, can you just wait now? As I go, I will let you know. As I go, I will let you know. Is it okay?
I'm asking, sir, why we cannot?
Why we cannot?
Yes, sir.
But why we
it-
can? But why we can also use?
Yes, sir.
We can also use. We cannot also use. That's what I'm trying to say. I'll explain you now. I'll explain. Okay, Ashish. As
Okay,
you
sir.
asked me a question like why we cannot use, it's a good question. Why we cannot use? Definitely, you will get my answer in the first one only. Okay, Ashish, you will get the answer. Right. So your question was very good. So why can't we use? What is the problem in not using the word like? Okay, right. Now, article the, for example, like let me just give you some idea. Article the is definite. It can be activated before singular nouns. It can be activated before plural nouns. The boy, the boys. There is no how. Article the can also be activated before countables. Article the also can be activated before uncountables. It is universal now, you see. However, there are restrictions. Universal. But if you counter with a and, there are singular countable noun only, not plurals. Which means a cannot be used with plurals. But the can be used with plurals. Okay, right. Generally proper nouns do not. For example, like right. Supposing I am in the classroom and lecturing. One of the office boys enters into the classroom and he requests me. Maybe I'm teaching in the classroom and one of the office boy comes to the classroom and he requests me, sir, maybe the admin office wants him. So he is putting a request like this, sir, what we call it as like, okay, I'll come back that afterwards. That request I'll come back to. Just before that general one, I'll try to give you. For example, supposing I make a generally proper nouns do not take articles, which means what? For example, can I say, I met the Mohan yesterday. Generally proper nouns do not take articles now. Here we go. I met the Mohan yesterday. So my first rule is Mohan is a proper noun. Bluntly, I will discard. No, you cannot. Proper nouns cannot take articles. I met the Mohan yesterday. We cannot say. Just now, I think someone asked me. I just forgot his name. Like, right, sir, why can't we use articles like with before proper nouns? See, proper means specific. Try to understand this. It's a good question that one of your friends have raised now just now. Proper means something specific, something unique. Mohan. There may be 10 Mohans in the classroom, students like. But every Mohan is unique. Why? Your thumbnail is unique. That particular Mohan's thumbnail cannot have anywhere in the whole life. Your eyelid is something different. It cannot match with anyone else in this world. That is a creation of God. So when your name is already specific, when you are already particular, when your name is already definite, and why one more definite, which means why one more double uniqueness. So that means what? Definite. You yourself itself is specific and particular and definite, then why double definite? I suppose that student got the answer, students now. So you need not use. When you're already specific, when you're already particular, when you're already definite, why again one more definite? Double definite. You cannot use. Okay, that is why with proper nouns we cannot use article the. I suppose that student has got just now. He asked me wonderful question that was. So when you're already unique, students, like, don't make double giving article the. It will be you will be making it double unique. So it is not necessary. So you have to avoid them. So therefore, I met Mohan yesterday, which means a particular Mohan whose eyelids are something special. It cannot match with anyone else. Your thumb impression is something different. It cannot match with anyone else. Are you able to understand now? So I met Mohan yesterday. That's why we don't activate articles now before proper nouns. Like now, well, there's a particular place called Delhi. Delhi itself is unique. I cannot say the Delhi place. However, I can say, and that's what I'm coming back to that step by step. When can I say, when can I use them? Now the next step, I'll move on to that now. So therefore, so the right answer is I met Mohan yesterday, we should say. So don't use the word I met. So proper nouns do not take articles. Here we go. Number 2. As I said just now, the same thing, the second point now. Supposing I'm in the classroom and a student comes to the classroom and puts a request to me, sir, I would like to meet Mohan, or I would like to meet Mr. Mohan. What was his request? Sir, I would like to meet Mr. Mohan. Then I tell that office boy, well, man, we have 5 Mohans in this classroom who bear the same name. There are 5 Mohans in this classroom who bear the same name. Then I raise a question to him, which Mohan would you like to meet? You see my question, which Mohan would you like to meet? Then the office boy would describe the person with certain specifications and with certain characteristic features and with certain details. Are you able to understand now? Now you would tell me, like this, you would tell me, sir, how would you tell me, sir? Now, when I raised this question, I would like to meet what we call it as Mr. Mohan. Then I put a question, which Mohan? Then he has to reply me like this, sir. Okay, example. Sir, I would like to meet. Now you see then, I would like to meet a Mohan. Now he is trying to say what we call it as now. So you see that? So which Mohan would you like to meet? Now he is describing that particular Mohan. Sir, I would like to meet a Mohan who has long hair, who is very tall in the class. Then looking at the classroom, I ask, Mohans, please stand up in the class. Then those who bear the name Mohan, all the Mohans stand up in the class. Then I find there one guy whose name is Mohan, who is very tall and who has long hair. In such situations, you can activate article A and students like. So what is the rule again like? when you wish to describe a person who has a similar name, in such a situations, you have to activate Article A, and students like now. What did I say now? When you wish to identify or describe a person who has a similar name, activate Article A, and so you have to activate article, what we call it as A, and students like. So I would like to meet a Mohan. Who has long hair and tall in the class. Is it okay? I'm not just going with that, right? It's okay. I would like to meet a Mohan who has long hair. So in such a situation, now you see the first one we cannot activate, but here I have activated. But when there is some situation to be narrated, like, so this is another situation, another area where you want to distinguish a person from others, then in such a situations you can activate. I would like to meet a Mohan, which means you understood that there are at least 5 Mohans there. I would like to meet a Mohan means what we have to understand now. There are at least 3 Mohans. In such a situation, we activate what we call as students like. Now, very good. Now, number 3 students. Again, I just would like to go with one more area. All right, again. So I'm in the classroom. Again, an office boy enters into this classroom and he reports me something. So what does he report me? Something is reporting me now. Sir, there is Mrs. Green to see you. Or he puts me like this, what we call it as like, sir, there is a Mrs. Green to see you. Now, example, you see here now, what is this example? You see here now. What does he say, sir? He's putting a request to me, sir, there is a Mrs. Green to see you. Now, green is not the color, students like. Green is the name of the person like. How is the name of the person? Go to what we call it as US and Britain and all. People love to have their names of nature. People love to have the names of the color. Supposing 2 people are conversing, maybe in America, how do they converse like? Mr. A is talking to Mr. B. How does both of them talk, students like now? Do you know that? How does both of them talk? A is talking to B. Both have some kind of a conversation like, hi, Mr. Fox, how are you? Oh, well, Mr. Wolf, I'm doing well. Hey, but what about Mr. Elephant? Where is he? I have not seen him, but I found somewhere, I think he has gone with Mr. Snake yesterday. So such kind of way they talk. They have such kind of names of the nature, right? So green is the name of the person, like, right? There is Mrs. Green to see you now. Now you see now green is the name of the person, like proper noun. I'm just trying to use the word proper noun. Here also it is proper noun, but he has activated article A there. But can we activate like that? Yes. So what does the office boy report with? Sir, there is Mrs. Green to see you. So again, what does he mean about this statement? Which means he wants to tell me, sir, there is one person called, now you see now, A is equal to 1. You try to understand now? Which means there is one person called Mrs. Green who wants to see you, which means the speaker doesn't know who exactly the person is. In such a situations, again, you can activate article A. And so what does the rule say, students like? When the speaker doesn't know, when the speaker doesn't know when the speaker doesn't know who exactly the person is. Who exactly the person. Activate article. Suppose the speaker doesn't know. Suppose you are a regular reader of newspaper, maybe some incident might have taken place. The editor doesn't know immediately their names. Like, so what does he say? Oh, Mr. Mohan committed a crime. Because he doesn't know which Mohan, because so far he has not got the details about that fellow. Which means one person called Mohan has committed a crime. And in the next day's newspaper, he will give you the name like maybe what we call it as like maybe B. Mohan, age, resident of that particular area, and all these things. Once he gets the details, he will try to furnish them. But otherwise, which means when the speaker doesn't know who exactly the person is, activate article. So you see, there is a Mrs. Green to see you, which means the office boy is trying to tell me, sir, there is one person called Mrs. Green who wants to see you, which means the speaker doesn't know who exactly the person is. In such a situation, so we activate article, students, like now. Very good. Now the next number 4. So we are all into what we call it as like with proper nouns. With proper nouns. Common nouns, I'll come back. Generally, common nouns, it's common nouns we do use, bound to use, but only with the proper nouns. These are some of the problems. Now, number 4, students, like sometimes proper nouns become common nouns. Sometimes proper nouns become common nouns. The moment you have read this definition, proper nouns become common nouns. Then you might have understood, sir, well, he is Mohan, 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 Mohan. So proper noun is becoming common noun. No. Even if there are 100 Mohans, everyone is unique. Everyone is proper only. So you cannot say commonplace. But what do you mean by this rule? Like sometimes proper nouns become common nouns. Like proper nouns become common nouns, right? But common doesn't mean that what we call it as students like now. There are one and the same. No, they are different individuals. Supposing maybe in this classroom, there is maybe a person called what we call it as maybe Ravi. Let me call it as like, okay, there is a person called Ravi in this classroom. Now I'm making a statement like this. Ravi is the Gandhiji of our class. Now try to understand this example now, right? Ravi is the Gandhiji of our class. Now try to understand this one. There are two proper nouns here now. One is Ravi and Gandhiji. But what name has taken article here now? Gandhiji has taken articles now. You see, the Gandhiji. Then you may ask me, sir, since he is famous, you have activated article the. No. Let him be howsoever famous in this world. Grammar tells no, you cannot use article the. But I have used article the with the word. One proper noun I have used. Ravi is the Gandhiji of our class. Who is Ravi? Your classmate. Who is Gandhiji? Father of nation. Is Ravi Gandhiji? No. Is Gandhiji Ravi? No. Then what do you mean by this one now? Which means that person called Ravi possesses the characteristic features of Gandhiji. Ravi inculcates the characteristic features or attributes of Gandhiji. You would understand, so Ravi is not Gandhiji. But in Ravi, I find the qualities of Gandhiji. Whenever the class is in turbulence, he gets onto the bench and promulgates Shanti, 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 which means I find the qualities of Gandhi in Ravi. You would understand, students. Or maybe Ravi is purely vegetarian. right? He follows ahimsa in his life. You understand now? So sometimes proper nouns become common nouns. Now here what has happened, I'll tell you now. The name of Gandhi, which is proper, has become now common. Why? Ravi is sharing his name. That's why proper nouns become common nouns. I'll explain one more example. You will understand better, students. Right? A famous sentence generally we say in the English literature. Kalidas is often called what? The Shakespeare. Of India. Look at this sentence. Kalidas is often called the Shakespeare of India. Kalidas is not Shakespeare. No, Shakespeare Kalidas. But Kalidas is often called the Shakespeare of India. Which means what? I find in Kalidas the writing styles of Shakespeare. I find in Kalidas the dramatic styles of Shakespeare. Actually, my statement goes like this. Kalidas is often called the greatest dramatist of India. So actually my statement is Kalidas is often called the greatest dramatist of India. Actually my statement is that. But if I know someone who is well known or someone who is famous for being dramatist, who is the famous dramatist in the world? Shakespeare. So I'm attributing his features to Kalidas. So instead of saying the greatest dramatist, I can also say Shakespeare. Now who has become the common noun here now? The Shakespeare. Shakespeare has become common. I told you common nouns definitely take articles. So Shakespeare's name is being attributed to Kalidas. So here Shakespeare is becoming common because others are sharing. So Kalidas is often called the Shakespeare of India. Maybe in this classroom there is maybe Sonali. Right? Sonali is the Hitler of our class, maybe. Now, what do you understand by Sonali is the Hitler of our class now? Which means I find in Sonali the traits of Hitler now. She commands the people. She threatens the people. She pulls and grabs the tiffins of others. Right? So therefore, are you able to understand, students now? This one of the wonderful statements, like, because proper nouns, like the area is articles, we learn a lot of articles, like, but how about with the proper nouns? So in such situations, we can activate article, what we call it as the students, like, is it okay now? Right. So sometimes proper nouns become what we call it as common nouns. Here we go, number 5. Number 5, students, like, when a proper noun is being described or qualified, proper noun is described or qualified. Normally, what qualifies nouns? Like adjective qualifies nouns. When a proper noun is qualified by an adjective, when a proper noun is qualified or modified by an adjective, activate article the. So what do you mean by when a proper noun is qualified or modified by an adjective, activate article the, students, like now, right? For example, the immortal Shakespeare. Try to understand this. This concept of a gate question, students, like most of them are gate questions, but the concept is this. Let us say, when a proper noun is qualified or modified by an adjective, activate article the. The immortal Shakespeare. Try to understand this one. Try to understand. Last time I told you, don't expect that article will be very close to what we call it as a nouns like. Your article will be here and the noun will be somewhere else. But by the time you go there, you will lose the track. Here is the same problem. Shakespeare is proper noun. Now I am modifying with what we call it as an adjective like. What kind of Shakespeare? Immortal Shakespeare. Then you can activate article the. When a proper noun is qualified, yeah, immortal. By an adjective, activate article the. So the immortal Shakespeare. Now, the Shakespeare you cannot use. Why you cannot use? Because it is proper noun. You cannot use. Straight away the Shakespeare you cannot use. Proper nouns don't take. Similarly, the immortal also you cannot. Why? The rule says a, an, and the have to be activated before nouns only, not with the adjectives. The Shakespeare you cannot use. The immortal you cannot use. With adjectives we cannot use. But proper noun is modified by an adjective, then we can activate article, what we call it as. Is it okay? Right, very good. Here, sometimes there are some exceptions like this is adjective. We cannot use, but we can use. For example, I say the poor. Now, what do you mean by the poor now? It's adjective, students, like poor, poorer, poorest. 3 degrees. We can say. Now, what do you mean by the poor now? It's poor people. There's a meaning there. The rich. Richer, richer, richest. The rich. We cannot use with adjectives, but we can use how? But with this meaning. The rich means I understand the rich people. Poor people. So rich people. Sometimes we can activate directly. The house means people who are rich. Have not. People who are poor. So sometimes with adjectives also we can use. So this is adjective. But when you mean this meaning only, then you can activate. Otherwise, you cannot activate students like that. So the immortal Shakespeare. I'll just take the next page, students like. The immortal I'll come back to you, students. The immortal Shakespeare. Okay. Supposing I make one more statement, students, like, for example, like the great Gandhi. Similar. Now you see, the Gandhi you cannot. No, you cannot. The great, no, you cannot. If you say the great, which means I understand the great people there. But generally adjectives don't take. Okay, so proper noun, adjective, proper noun, adjective. Is it okay? So far it's okay, right? Good. I'll just go with one more. The Modi government. Now you try to see here now. The Modi government. Government is common noun. Modi is proper noun. You cannot use, but we have used here. If it is noun, what comes before noun should be and must be adjective only, that's all. Now Modi is doing the work of adjective here now. Who is ruling that government? Modi ji is ruling that government. Whose government it is? Modi ji's government. Are you understand? What kind of person? Wonderful person. So here, Modi ji is no doubt, first of all, it is proper noun. But the work that I find in the sentence is that of adjective. So here it is doing the work of adjective. Modi ji is adjective here now. But don't tell me, sir, it is proper noun. Now, the government, absolutely right. You know why? Because it is common noun. But you cannot say the Modi because it is adjective. At the same time, it is proper noun. You cannot say. The MS government. The government, fine, it's okay. Manmohan Singh, proper noun, first of all. And who was ruling that government? Manmohan Singh. So here it is doing the work of adjective. So you cannot activate with this. Be careful when you are activating such kind of area, students, like now. Yeah, that's what the GATE has already raised such questions, like that's what I mean about this one, right? So when you come to such kind of area, students, like now, I'll just give you one more example of that kind, then you will understand better. Right. Right. So if you have understood this concept, I'll be moving on with. I'll come back to students, like just allow me to. There's one more rule I just want to just go with that, and then I'll finish it up. I'll come back to you. The students who have risen their hands, just try to just wait till I come to. Once I finish, then only I can what we call it as. Right, students, now? Right. Now, we'll go on with the until we are with the what we call as a proper nouns. Like I think number 6 now. Okay, let us say number 6. So these are all with the proper nouns. We are activating with the proper nouns, but how and what we call it as like. The next one is proper nouns are activated with. I'll come back, students. Like just let me finish one or two more queries, then I'll come back to you. Right. Please. Proper nouns are activated with the name, plural names of a family. Then another rule is proper nouns are used with the proper nouns. Sorry. Article the is activated with the plural names. With the plural names of a family. Article the is activated with the plural names of a family. So suppose you can say like this, students, like for example, the Tilaks. Means the whole family of Tilaks. You can say like that, students, like maybe the Pals. Means the whole family of Pals. The Gandhis. Means the whole family of Gandhi. You can say such kind of area, students, like, so that's what exactly is. Article the is activated with the plural names of a family. So the moment you say the Pals, or the supposing you say the Saxenas, which means the whole family of Saxenas here now. Are you able to understand now? Right, very good now. Now number 7, students, like number 7. Now I just want to pull them and just show you exactly where we can use it or we cannot, what we call it as used to. We cannot use students like. Supposing I just make one statement, for example, like let us say Ravi is a boy, for example. Just I am synthesizing Complete picture of the articles now. Ravi is a boy. Sita is a girl. Hyderabad is a city. India is a country. Now, if you look at the small, simple sentences, students, like now, this is the subject here, and this is what we call it as the predicate. Okay. So supposing if I divide the sentence, like for example, like you'll find this. This is the subject here, and this is what we call it as the predicate now. Now in the subject place, students, like all are what we call it as like Ravi, Sita, Hyderabad, and India. They're all what we call it as a proper nouns here. Okay. So the general rule, what does it say is what we call it as now. Did you find any article here now? No. So what do you find here now? Proper nouns. Proper nouns do not take articles. That is what we have mastered so far. Proper nouns do not take articles. However, exceptions we have seen. Proper nouns do not take articles. Now you see here now. Boy, girl, city, country. What are the students like now? All are what we call it as the common nouns. Students have raised their hands. I'll come back. So what are all the common nouns now? You see here now, boy, girl, city, which is shared by everybody. And you see here article A. So what did you understand here now? Common nouns. Common nouns do take articles. You see here now. So the general rule is that proper nouns do not take articles. And what do you find here now? Common nouns do take articles. That is what we have mastered here now, students. Like now, are you able to understand now, right? Now we have seen proper nouns, we have seen common nouns. The next one is what we call it as the collective nouns. Yeah, collective nouns also take articles. For example, I say collective nouns take articles. Collective nouns also. I'll come back to the chapter, please. There is one chapter. Collective nouns take articles. For example, then I can say the jury. What is that? The jury, which means jury is collective noun, comprises of all what we call it as advocates. The juries, we call it advocates, lawyers, judges, students, like collective nouns, the jury. So there is no harm with the what we call it as the collective nouns do take articles like. Now what else is, students, now? The next one is what we call it as abstract nouns. Abstract nouns do not take articles. Abstract nouns do not take articles. So for example, the cleanliness. The cleanliness is next to the godliness. Now you see here now. Now cleanliness, the word ending in NESS is abstract noun, students, like now. So therefore, this is abstract noun. You should not use article before abstract nouns. Godliness, NESS now. This is also abstract noun. Don't activate article now. Supposing I say the beauty. The beauty is the strength. No, because beauty is abstract noun, so we cannot activate. Strength is abstract noun. Words ending in TH, TY, they're all abstract nouns. So therefore, don't activate these ones. Now, what is left here, students, now for us now? There is one more. Finally, I'll just try to what we call material nouns. Material nouns do not take material nouns do not take articles. I'll just go with one example here, students, now. For example, material noun. The cotton is a cash crop. You see here now material nouns, so do not take articles now. So cotton is a material noun. You see here, I'm just writing it down. Material noun. Material noun. So don't activate article for that. Wonderful, students. Did you understand the concept of articles now? Proper nouns do not take articles. Now again, I'm just revising them. Common nouns do take articles frequently. Collective nouns also take. Abstract nouns do not take articles. Then again, material nouns do not take articles. However, exceptions are bound to take place, students. However, exceptions are to take place now. So finally, what did you learn from these one, students? Like now, for example, if I say article, simple formula, article plus proper noun, it is possible. Article plus common noun is possible. Article plus abstract noun, not possible. Article plus material noun, not possible. Article plus collective noun is possible. Article plus adjective is possible. I'm trying to say possible, I said. Okay. Adjective is possible, but not always. Just now I tell the rich, which means I have to understand there are the rich people there. So simple formula that you need to look into, students, like now, and find out and check and see. So this is the area where we have seen how articles have to be activated now, right? Now I'll go with the 4 participants have raised their hands. I'll come back. Please lower your hands, please. I'll come back now. Now straight away I'll go with the usage. Now let me not waste my time, students. Now you have to finish up today the chapter articles, like usage point of view. Now I mean to say the areas of concern where we have to activate articles. So we have seen the syntax first of all, plus, 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 that you have understood now. Now we have to go with the areas of concern, students, like now. So that is what. So let us look into them and see now. Right, very good. So supposing yeah. You see here, there is a question, students, like the Tamil version of dash John Abraham, Starer Madras Cafe. Let me not waste much time, students, like this is a gate question. Let us see now. I just want to take now the Tamil version of dash John Abraham, Starer Madras Cafe dash cleared by the censor board with no cuts last week, but the film's distributors dash no takers among the exhibitors for a release in Tamil Nadu dash this Friday. Okay, right. Now I just want to go with the first fill in the blank. Others, let me see. First of all, now the Tamil version of Mr. John Abraham Starer Madras Cafe. Are you able to understand now? Right. The Tamil version of a John Abraham Starer Madras Cafe. The Tamil version of the John Abraham Starer Madras Cafe. The Tamil version of a. So the concept of just before going to students, like sometimes the students also asked me, when do we use the word article the before the words, like for example, like the is activated before consonant. Consonant sounds. The man, that's all. The women. The board. This is the. So I'm just writing for your convenience sake the in the brackets now. Okay, the and the students lab. You understand now? Before vowel sounds. The apple. The umbrella. Got it? Very good. Now here, try to understand. Most of the students, 95% of the students have chosen this option, Mr. The Tamil version of Mr. John Abraham Starrer Madras Cafe. That is what they have chosen, students like. But is it the right answer there? No, that is not the right answer there, students like now. Is it A or is it the now? Now raise one of your hands now. Let me see. Anyone? At least one student raise. Rishi, what should I go with that? Should I go with A or should I go with the there? The Tamil version of
Sir, A, sir.
A.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll just take it back. I'll come back. I'll come back to you. Good, good, good. Aarti, what should I go with that?
Sir, we should go with the.
The
Because
we should go. John, so the we have to say. Okay, John is consonant. The John Abraham we have to say. Very good now. Do you have any reason for that?
yes,
Why
sir.
not? Why not A?
Sir, it is clearly mentioned that John Abraham, which started Madras Cafe. It's talking about the cafe, which is basically John Abraham.
Okay, okay, okay. You have got clear picture there. Very good now. Little more, what we call it as students like. What you gave me the right explanation. Slight change you need to make it. Okay, Aarti, I'll come back to you. Right, right. I'll just go with one more. Manisha,
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. Sir, I would go with C answer. The.
you want to go with the itself. Very good.
Yes, sir.
Any reason for that? Why not A? Why the?
Sir, John Abraham in our country means in India is a known personality, and we put the before because it is describing the Madras Cafe, which was his movie. So
Ah, yes, yes.
maybe the personality is being defined. So
Ah,
that
yes, yes, very good. But you, what you said is John Abraham is very famous, so we can use article the. No, we cannot. That's what you are trying to say. No.
the fame that means he is the single personality. That's why we are using the.
Okay, okay. But you told me, sir. Okay, but let me ask you: does
Yes,
article the should go with John Abraham?
No, sir. It is because of Madras Cafe.
Ah, yes, yes, yes. Very good, very good, very good, very good. Let me just take the answers from the others also. Let me just see that. Wonderful. Yugashri. Yugashri.
Sir, option C, sir.
C. Any reason for that?
Sir, it is a.
Supposing you have to read the sentence now. How would you read the sentence? For time being, if you read like this, the Tamil version of the John Abraham Starrer Madras Cafe, if you read the sentence like that, I would say it is wrong. Then how would you read activating article the in the fill in the blank? Right? For time being, I'm trying to say, if you activate the Tamil version of the John Abraham Starrer Madras Cafe, I would say it is wrong. Do you have any other way of reading the sentence? Yugashri. Activating article the in the sentence. Any idea? Yugashri,
Yes, sir.
any idea?
Mr. We can keep, sir, or the we can keep, sir. In article means the.
Now, how would you read the sentence? How would you read the sentence activating article the? You remember the Tamil version of the John Abraham Starrer Madras Cafe. If I read like that, the sentence is wrong.
Yes.
But I want you to read in such a way, the sentence would be right. Okay. Okay, right. I'll come back to you. Ashish.
Sir, I think it's option C, and it's because it's because of the which version, I think, of John Abraham's movie.
How do you read the sentence?
So
If I read the sentence, for time being, the Tamil version of the John Abraham Starrer Madras Cafe would be wrong.
So Tamil version of the John Abraham. I'm specifying.
If you read like that, it would be wrong for time being. For time being, Ashish, it would be wrong. That's what I'm trying to say. John Abraham is, now listen to my explanation. John Abraham is proper noun. You cannot activate article the. But if at all, if you have to activate article the, how would you read the sentence? Till Madras Cafe, how would you read the sentence? Okay, Ashish, I'll come back to you. Let me see. Others, try to read the sentence. Okay. Nistala. Chaitanya.
Yes, sir. Good morning. Sir.
Good morning, Chaitanya. How do you read the sentence?
The Tamil version of the John Abraham Starer Madras Cafe.
If you read like that, for timing, it is wrong. Because John Abraham is proper noun. You cannot activate article the. But the sentence is the. The is right. But you have to read in such a way that the sentence should be right.
Okay.
Try please. I'll come back up to you again. Others, try in that way itself, please. Others. Karthik.
Sir, it would be the star, sir.
The
star, sir.
Very good, man. Read the sentence now. Come on. Very good. Read the sentence now. From the beginning onwards, read the
Tamil version of the star.
Madras Cafe. Very good now. Very good. That is how we are supposed to read the sentence. Now, starer is common noun here now. John Abraham is proper noun. Now, just now we have seen. What we have seen? The Modi government we have seen. Can I use with the word the Modi?
No, sir.
No, you cannot. But the government we can say. Government is common noun. Here also is the same thing. There is the government by Modi. John Abraham, starer. So the Tamil version of the starer Madras Cafe, that is how we are supposed to read, students, now. And you would understand, reading, just I asked you. But anyway, now we have to activate article the before this one now, no problem now. Since you gave me the right answer, this is how. Others, please lower your hands, students, now. Others here, lower hands, please. So the Tamil version of the starer. But anyway, we have to read the Tamil version of the John Abraham is absolutely right, no doubt about that. But just now I told you, when a proper noun is modified by, John Abraham's proper noun is modified by something like what we call it as the, now John Abraham is doing the work of what here now? Adjective. It is adjective here. It is adjective. And starer is noun here now, right? Yeah, that is how we are supposed to read, students, now, please, right? Karthik, very good, better. This is how we are supposed to read now, right? Wonderful. I mean, just to explain you, that is the gate question. So I just thought of taking it up, students, now. Wonderful now. Now, other ones we can go on now, and cleared is in the past tense now. So Madras Cafe was cleared by the censor board with no cuts last week, because last means you have to use the word past tense. So, but the film's distributors found no takers, found is there. And because since it is past tense, we cannot use present tense here now, find. So, but the film distributors have found no takers among the exhibitors for a release in Tamil Nadu on this Friday. Actually, this sentence itself is wrong, students. Like, we cannot say, especially with the words like this, on this Friday. No, prepositions cannot be used. When I come to the preposition, I let you know, actually the sentence is wrong. Especially in this Friday, on this Friday, particular what we call it as, like, there is a chance of, but there is a rule. A preposition cannot be activated with these words like this. What we call it as using with the days. I'll come back to you that, okay, when I come to the prepositions. So therefore, that is wrong actually here. But anyway, since we have to choose one of the options, we are bound by that. I'll come back to you that preposition, please. I'm putting a just question mark to you. I'll explain it now. Wonderful, students. So such kind of questions also can be raised in the gate also. Okay, right. Right, students. Now we'll go with the, what we call it as now. Let me see. Just 1 minute. Certain ones are repeated here. I will delete them, students, like afterwards, but let me just go with the usage now. Students, now here is the one like just in continuation to that one. I'll just be reading, students. Just to pay attention and where we are supposed to use. Rishi, I'll come back to you, students, now because I have to finish today this one. I have to finish it up today. So here is a PPT for you and the complete explanation, the usage now, where we are supposed to activate now. So please pay attention to the PPT and I'll be just reading now. So articles of two kinds, students, like a, and the. The correct use of the article is one of the most difficult points in English grammar. As it's a general point, I just want to like the basic information to say, you know which I mean. Try to understand, students. You know which I mean. We put the before that, which means I know. I saw the boy jumping the wall. I know his address. So before a noun, okay, right? That's one thing. Like, I have been to the doctor. I know which doctor. You know which one, my doctor, that is, okay, my doctor. Could you pass the salt? Which one, that particular one, students, like. Supposing I ask an office boy, go and get me a book, go and get me the book. There's a difference. Go and get me a book means you will get me any book that is available or maybe in my room where I sit. But if I tell that office boy, go and get me the book, then office boy understands that I sit at the particular table there is a particular book and he will get me that particular book on it, book itself. You would understand now. So you can see the salt that I want. That's the meaning there. When we can't say, then you know which I mean. When you can't say, we put a and before a singular countable noun. There is a cat in the kitchen. Don't say there is the cat in the kitchen. There is a cat means one cat, any cat. Okay. So singular countable noun. Put no article before plural uncountable noun. Where we cannot use article a and before plural nouns we cannot use, and before uncountable nouns we cannot use, students, like that. Is it okay? Right. Now next one, what we call it as, like, as I said last time, determinants. Like, now try to know these determinants, please. Now the challenge is here is that, first of all, having understood the determinants now, can we combine articles plus determinants? Determinants plus articles. That is how examiners sometimes use it. And if you know that, then it's well and good. But otherwise, you will make blunders. I just want to clear up this one. Now, come on, let us see the determinants here now. Very good. Determinants. What are determinants, students? Now, the, my, some, several, etc. Okay, right. What are determinants like? Now, the whole list I have given now, very important, students, like this, the whole list I have given to you. Please see that. This, that, these, those, my, your, his, that is HIS, his, her, its, are, their, a few, a little, much, many, a lot of, most, some, any, enough, 1, 10, 30, other numbers, another, all, both, of, either, neither, each, which, WITCH, which. Which, with this preposition, students, like such, what, rather, quite. So these are all what we call it as the determinants. Articles are different and determinants are different, but actually what they are, they are adjectives, both are, but we cannot tell them adjectives, but they describe. What is that articulations? Last time I told you, they articulate it, whether the person is definite or indefinite. What are determinants? They determine the person in some quantity. Some water, it is determining the water in what? Some quantity, some. So that's why they are called determinants. They determine nouns. Articles, they articulate nouns. Wonderful, students. Determinants come at the beginning of a noun, right? Very good now. Phrases, noun phrases, but they are not adjectives, right? The moon, article now. Every week, determiner, some problems. My fat old cat, very good. Several young students. This house, a nice day. Supposing you have to use what we call it as article plus a determiner, sometimes we have to be a little bit careful, students. Like, I'll come back to that one now, right? A nice is an adjective. Don't worry about that. Either did you understand these one, students, now? Right? It's okay. But next page also you'll understand better now. There are two main groups of determinants. Now, first of all, let us divide them into two determinants now. Group A determinants. Try to understand this. Master this one, please. Group A determinants. Group A determinants now. The my this. Try to understand. Under determinants, even article the also is coming. Okay, right now. So what is that now? The, my, this now. These help to identify things like to say whether they are known or unknown to the hearer. Which one, yeah, which ones the speaker is talking about? Which one is talking about, like my pen? Which one? Whether the speaker is thinking of a particular example, the, or speaking in general. These are three kinds, like what we call it as now. So A determinants are three kinds. What is that? One is the, second one is my. This is three students like now. Now let us know what is the in detail now. So the means articles. Number one has come here. Okay, the. Please try to understand, please. Articles now. You have to remember them because there are two kinds. So the next step is that, for example, like A determiners and B determiner. Can you join A plus A double time? Can we join B plus B? Can we join A plus B? Can we join B plus A? That would be confusion. So let us try to understand first of all now. Very easy, man. The, my, this, A determiners, you remember them. So in determiner A, you have articles A and the. Understood, very good. Possessive adjectives, we call it as number two. This is number one, I am making it as. What are possessive adjectives now? You see in the place of my, these are all pronouns like my, are, your, his, her, its, are, your, their, one's, whose. Very easy. Possessive adjectives we call them as because they fall. My pen, a pen is noun, my is adjective. Now don't tell me pronoun also. Yes, that is possessive pronoun also we say. I'll come back to that pronoun chapter. I have not yet come to the students now. Right. Number three, what are these number three now? Demonstratives. Demonstrate, they show this. You see that? The means articles, my means you have to understand all possessive pronouns now here. Demonstrative, this, plural is these, that singular, and plural is those. This plural is these, that plural is those. Did you understand these three things now? You have to keep in mind, please. Keep in mind, please. So there is only one articles, possessives, and demonstratives now, right? Now try to understand. We cannot put two group A determinants together. For example, can I say the my pen, please? The my pen. That's what he says. You cannot put now. This is group A determiner and this also is A determiner. Now A plus A. No, you cannot use A plus A determiner, please. Both of them cannot go together. So we cannot put two group A determinants together. We can say like this, we can say a friend, we can say a friend article, that is before nouns like my friend, this friend, but not the my friend now. You see the my pen. No, you cannot say. The this friend, this my friend. No, my this friend. What is this my this friend? Be careful. A plus A is not possible. Both of them cannot be activated together. However, to put a possessive together, possessive, these possessives like with A and or A demonstrative or demonstrative with articles or possessives, we can use the structure like this. A, this dash of mine, we can say of expression is there. Then we can say, for example, like she is a friend of mine. Such expressions are possible. But did you find any A plus A? No, A plus A, you don't find like. She is a friend of yours. A, this, and what we call it as with these ones of expression plus other words are possible. But A plus A is not. Not she is a my friend now. This is A determiner. This is A determiner. Both are not possible, students. Now, therefore, the structure of the sentence is wrong here. Did you understand? Right. Move on to the next one now. Group B determinants now. Other than the, my, these are all determinants. We have seen the, my, these. Other than that, then what are the other ones? What we call it as? Come on, let us see now. Right. Then other rest of them are group B determinants. Now, group B determinants, you can remember them. Some, each, much, enough. Some, each, much, enough. Most of these are quantifiers. They quantify. That's what I said. They determine. They say how much or how many we are talking about. The most important are, just there's a gap here. Now we can go through, students, now. So some, any, no. This is one we can remember easily. We can remember. Some, any, no. Each, every, either, neither, number 2. Some, any, no. Some is activated in positive sentences. Please give me some water. Any is used in negative sentences. I'll come back to the words afterwards. Don't worry. Words also we have to see. First of all, let us see the general ones like. Do you have any pen with you? Do you have some pens with you? Don't ask. Questions and negatives, we don't use any. I have explained there in one of the chapter, students like, no, negative. Each, every, either, neither, there is a chapter. I'll come back to these ones like much, number 3. Much, many, more, most, a little, less, least, etc. Few, fewer, fewest, enough, several, all, both of, all come under number 3. And there is a WH questions like what, to, whatever, which, whichever. Now it's very easy. Some, any, no. Either, neither, nor. That's neither, each, every, the number 2. Then rest of them all what we call it as, students like a few, fewer, little, a little less, least, like many, more, much, more. Okay. So we can divide them into lot. Like for example, if you take it into 3 degrees, students like now, much, many, much, many, both are in the positive degree. What should be the comparative degree? Don't worry, when I come to adjectives like more, what should be the superlative degree? Most. So much, more, most, many, more, most, students like positive degree, comparative degree, and superlative degree. Now, if you have understood this one, I'll go a little further now. Group A determinants, group B determinants. Now, let us see now. We can put 2 group B determinants together. That is possible here now. B plus B is possible. But A plus A was not possible there. B plus B is possible. That's what you should recognize them. If you don't recognize, you will make a mistake, students. Like, are you able to understand now? Very good. Now, come on, let me just finish this one today. So we can put 2 group B determinants together if the combination makes a sense. Like, if the combination makes sense only now. We meet every few days now. Few is B. Every is B. Now you see, few. Here we have few and what we call it as a few and every. Both are possible. Like, have you got any more coffee? B plus B is possible. B plus B is possible now. Now, 4th one now. Group B plus group A. Is it possible? Let us say. Simply take the word sum of the people. Actually, both cannot go. Some the people cannot go. Some is B. This is B. And this is A. But is it possible? Actually, no. Together not possible. But there is another one. There is some expression called of is there. B plus group A cannot go together actually. Sum the people. What is sum the people now? But we have to use the word of there. Group plus B and group plus A possible. Group B determinants can be used directly before nouns without of. Have you got any sugar? That is also possible. Sugar is noun. Any directly before nouns is possible. Even A is possible. But not any of sugar. Now don't say. But we have to say directly before nouns is possible. But we have to use A. Then we have to activate the word of here now. Right? But with of, don't go with B. Any of sugar. Don't say any of sugar now. Most people directly before nouns. This is noun, students, like directly before now. Not most of people now. Don't say most of people. Most of the people say. So most of people don't say. But if you want to put a group determiner, a group B determiner before a noun, which has a group A determiner, what are A determiners? Article, possessive, or determinants. We have to use in this one now. But if you want to put a group B determiner now, group B before a noun, which has a group A determiner articles. Now come on, let us, what is it now? Now you see, I'll explain now. Some people directly before noun, B is possible. But what are we are trying to say now? Group B determiner, group A determiner, we have to activate what we call it as the, but if you want to put B group before B articles, like we have to use of expression. Of expression is possible now. Some of the people, which friends? Directly before B is okay. Which of your friends? Each child, each of my children. What is this one now? A, and this is B, but we are activating of. Very good. Enough remark. Enough of those remarks. Neither door, neither of these doors. Most shops, most of these shops. Are you able to understand students now? B plus A directly cannot go. Before nouns, B is possible. But if you want to activate B plus A, then we have to activate the word B plus A also is possible. Both are right. Some people is okay. Some of the people. Now, what is the difference between some people, some of the people now? Some people means general. Some of the people means little bit specifying. The general people itself, you are specifying them. You are emphasizing them. There is a difference, please. All people, all of the people. All people general. All of the people means you are emphasizing. So there is some emphasis on that, what we call it as students now. Very good. Now, group B plus of plus pronoun. Let us see what is this group B plus now. Most of us. Most of us. Only pronoun is possible now. Right? Right, students. Group B determinants are used with of before pronouns only. Pronouns only now. Neither of them. Which of us? Which of you? Only pronouns are possible. Pronouns. Pronouns are possible with these ones, like pronouns. This is another rule. Like. But sometimes we can say other nouns are not possible. So only pronouns. Let us activate what we call it as pronouns. Very good. No and none. Every and everyone. These two expressions. Let us see. No and every. No, every are not used before of. No, every not used before of. Instead, we use none and everyone. This is possible. Like how compare now? No friends. Okay, no friends now. We say no friends. Every boy. Before nouns, it is possible. All are possible. Like, but what does say no and every are not used before of expressions? Like now, you see now. None of my friends is possible, but we cannot say no of my friends. No, you cannot say that. None everyone. That's what none everyone is possible now. None everyone of is possible. No and every are not used before of. But what we can use, none everyone we can use now. None of these, sorry, every one of these boys, that is okay. But we cannot say what we call it as no of these boys, we cannot say. Very good. That also you have to understand, students. Like all of, I'll just have to wind up, students. Like other faculty will be waiting for me here now. All of, both of, like just I'll finish this one today. We can use, yes, yeah. All of, both of, like we can leave out of after all, both of when they are followed by nouns, but not when they are followed by pronouns. Like all of his ideas is what ideas we have to take into consideration now. Noun is okay. All of her income, because it is pronoun like. Now, both of my parents, but all of us, as pronouns are possible, so not all us. Directly, we cannot go with the pronouns like. Okay, right. Note that when each, every, either, and neither are used directly before nouns without of, the nouns are singular. Compare, please. Each tree, don't say each trees. Each plus singular always. Each plus singular. But remember, because when I come to the now subject verb agreement now. But the same tree can be expressed with this expression, plural can be used. Each of these trees. Neither partner, is it okay? Neither partners, so don't say. But when you are using of the expression, we can use the word plural. Please go through that. Group A plus group B is many friends. A plus B is possible now. Certain group B determinants can be used after group A determinants also. Okay. They are many, most, little, least, and few. Not all students like. His many friends. So A plus B, AB. So A plus B. His many friends now. These few poems. the least time, the most money, a little time now. Now little is B and this is A. A few questions now. B, A, this is possible students now, right? Determinants without nouns. So this is not much very. I haven't read any. Nouns are often dropped after determinants if the meaning is very clear now. Determinants sometimes. Do you know Orwell's books? I haven't read any, which means with only determiner, the meaning is clear. You need not say, I haven't read any Orwell's books. It's not necessary. Again, you need not repeat now. That's why nouns are often dropped after determinants. After this one, you need not use Orwell's books now. Have you got any tomatoes? I have got a few tomatoes, don't say. A few. Have you got any tomatoes? A few, which means a few tomatoes. Tomatoes you need not use after determiner again. Which chair do you want? This will do. Wonderful. This chair. Now you need not repeat. The determiner itself is what we call it as sufficient students. Right? Yeah, this I'll come back to my next class students like now, right? So usage of articles, more about this takes only little bit of time, maybe tomorrow. Just within 10 minutes, I'll try to wind up. Then I'll move on to the next one is collective nouns, number chapter, abstract nouns, then vocabulary. That is how I'll go with that. Okay, right. Yeah. Students, like with regard to the books, I have already spoken to the department. They have started forwarding it. You will get it very shortly. Those students who have raised some queries to me. Right. If it is a very urgent query, you ask me, Rishi, just if you have any doubts, I have given my number. You can call me, please. No problem. Right. Yes, Rishi. Time is running. Yes.
Sir, A, B plus B possible. Why not A plus A not possible, sir?
Rishi, I'll come back to you with this question tomorrow, please.
Sir,
Another faculty is waiting for me. Just I'll come back.
Sir, the great Gandhi not possible. Why, sir? The great Gandhi not possible, sir. Why?
The great Gandhi?
Yes, sir. The great Gandhi not possible.
Absolutely, it is right. Now, the great Gandhi. Actually, the Gandhi you cannot say.
The Gandhi understands the Gandhi not possible. But
Not possible.
The great possible, no, sir. The great.
That's what I'm saying. When you say the great, what do you understand by the great now? Just like I told you the word the rich. The rich means the rich people. If I'm using the word the great,
yes,
the great people.
Yes, sir.
So some adjectives, that's what I said. Article plus adjectives are possible, but with that meaning, people has to come there. The great means I understood now. The rich means I understood. The rich means the rich people.
Yes,
sir.
Okay?
Right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Please keep the questions to you, and you can call me also, no problem. You can raise in my next class also. I'll try to give some time. Okay, right. Right, very good. Others have risen their hands, but please lower your hands, please. There's a faculty waiting for me. He has to use the system now. Okay, right. I'll come back to you afterwards, please. I'll come back to you afterwards. Right. Ankur. చిన్న ఎక్కడున్నావు ఒక్కసారి రావా?